It's quite easy to build it, yet people fail. Today we have a designation as community manager. Back then, when you were building something, with Bhagwan, there was nothing like that. What were the few things that you did right that the community became so popular? Today, people are struggling with building communities. You did that in 1970 physically without Facebook and whatever exists today. How did you do that?
From crisis. Crisis is my best friend. Truly, when you are in crisis and you come on a crossroad, choose correct. And we had crisis. Bhagwan had to go to Oregon from here because there was no space. It was a big crisis in Pune. Sannyasins from all over the world came. They were getting sick because they were not having proper accommodations there. They were eating wrong foods, etc., etc. And he wanted to create a commune here in India. We went, I and Lakshmi went all over looking. For 2 years, we looked for properties and something that is suitable for his work. We couldn't find it. Plus, it was an emergency, political emergency here. So one could not buy and sell land. And the sailors' mentality was, they give you one price today, you call them up and say, we want to buy it, the price is doubled or tripled. So these were the crises. We come to Oregon. We managed to find a wonderful 63,000 acre or 69,000, whatever the number was. We found beautiful land. We started working in it, cleaning up and taking care of. We needed housing permit. But Oregon population had made absolute monkey theater in politics. And we were not given the permits we required. And sannyasins are waiting all over the world to come to Oregon. So how can we get more housing permit? Then one of the team members says, why don't we create a city? I looked at him. I was no student of political science or so. I said, tell me more. And he said 150 Americans can vote a city boundaries anywhere in America. It's part of Constitution. I go to Bhagwan and I said, Bhagwan, what do you think of this idea? Sheela, I give you the name. He gave name Rajneeshpuram. The next election was within 3 months of this event happening. And we created one of the best city plan in those days with our team workers. And so one of the best. Many cities were not built with such viewed plan. And we were then already thinking of nature, bringing back birds, and we did it all. It happened. And one thread that kept us together was Bhagwan. And he was losing interest in us with his drug use. So it was possible.
All right, we go there. Yeah. And then we go. Yeah.
Thank you. So I just heard you telling us about, why you still call him Bhagwan. I just had another question about that. For people like us, Bhagwan means something. For example, to me, it means, say, nature or the universal consciousness. I want to ask you, what does Bhagwan mean to you? Why, when you refer to him as Bhagwan, in what reference do you, use the word Bhagwan, and what does it mean to you?
For me, he is my Bhagwan. In any terms you want to put it. But I don't associate, or for me, it's irrelevant. For me, he's definitely my Bhagwan. 1000% my Bhagwan. Answers your question?
Kind of not, because I actually wanted to understand, what does it mean when you say he is my Bhagwan, but what is Bhagwan?
Who cares? Look at him. Look at him, I see him as Bhagwan. I have known him as Bhagwan.
Okay, thank you.
I think that answers your question. Now, go here and then we come here.
Hi, I actually wanted to ask a question. What happened in the last 35 years? So, when you parted ways with him and then you chose a completely different path in Switzerland, and honestly, I am fascinated by your I will not give up my path spirit, honestly, as a young woman, that
Yeah.
really inspires me. So, what I wanted to ask is, after these 35 years of separation of sorts, because even though he's your Bhagwan and he's the man you love and he's still in your heart, is there a piece of spirituality or your own moral core or some one learning that you have learned in the last 35 years that you can call your own, that's your learning, or that's separate from him, but this is what the last 35 years have taught you about life?
It's difficult to separate me from Bhagwan.
Don't try to separate Bhagwan and Sheela.